Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Video number 2 of 2, you're getting a double upload and there's no Reddit video today. I will get that done tomorrow before the game, so you'll be able to see the Reddit video during the day and then we'll give the watch along for Malmo versus Chelsea and then a match review afterwards. So tomorrow, you're technically getting a triple upload. So yeah, the grind is on properly, but today, 2 videos. If you haven't caught my video from earlier on, I discussed my thoughts on Antonio Conte becoming the new Tottenham Hotspur manager. Yes, it's happening. It's happening, but I'm not concerned and I'm not worried. And I explain why in this link right here. So make sure you check out this video after you are done. Go and have a look and enjoy. Malmo versus Chelsea. Let's get into this Champions League preview, match day 4, where we currently sit second in the group on 6 points. Juventus are top of the group on 9 points. Zenit are third in the group on 3 points, and poor Malmo are bottom with none. So yeah, we're going to Malmo tomorrow. You'd expect 3 points, and I don't kind of want it to go this way because I do believe we can actually go and top the group, but if Juventus beat Zenit tomorrow and we beat Malmo, we're pretty much 1 point away from officially qualifying for the knockout stage. But the truth is, I want to finish top and I want to go above Juve, so I'm kind of hoping Zenit can put off a little bit of a scare tomorrow. That will be great. That way, if we do play against Juve, beat them, we go above them comfortably. So that should be nice. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But tomorrow, Malmo versus Chelsea, we fly off to Malmo, away day, and this is a must-win. It's a must-win because you need to rack up these points. Now, it's not as pressurizing as playing Juventus, for example, where we know that's going to be a big game at the Bridge, and that is the next one after this Malmo fixture. So looking forward to that happening at the Bridge. It's going to be a very interesting month, November. So yeah, or December. We play them in December. Anyway, in and around. There's an international break coming up, so I'm not surprised. Anyway, we play Juventus soon. We need to make sure we have all the points that we can, and Malmo is key. We can't be dropping points away at Malmo. We just can't. So I'm looking at Thomas Tuchel to take this game relatively seriously, but not too seriously in terms of intensity, in terms of maybe players that he can bring on later on. And I have a little theory about this one because I've got the starting 11 that I believe he should go with ready. But I also do have a couple of names that he should bring on in the second half if we've got the result under wraps. I hope we should, expectedly. And hopefully all goes to plan. But in terms of team news, injuries pretty much remain the same. Werner and Lukaku are still both out. They haven't participated in any training. They haven't recovered yet. Mason Mount is still out with an illness, so he hasn't flown, if I'm not mistaken. I don't believe he's even travelled because he can't take part in training. He's not going to play, so he stays at home. Kovacic is still out, and he'll be out for the next 3 weeks or so minimum because of a hamstring issue. But the one man, right? The one man that we were all looking at going, when is this guy coming back? Is he coming back? Is he ever going to play for Chelsea again? You know, I'm sure some Chelsea fans started asking themselves that question, even though we knew that he was. But no one knew when. You know, he might come back next season. At this rate, Christian Pulisic is in the squad. Yes, people. Christian Pulisic is in the squad. He is travelling and he's ready to play. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Pulisic, welcome back. Where have you been? Where have you been? We almost sent a flipping search team to go and find you because we didn't know where you were. Bloody hell. I hope that injury is now healed. I hope he is completely back up to full fitness. I hope he's ready to go. And I hope he doesn't get injured again. Because I swear, if he gets injured again, I will voluntarily go to Chelsea to put him on the transfer list. Yeah? And there's nothing against Christian Pulisic as a player and as a person because we know what he can do. He's great. But we can't have someone this injury prone. We just can't. So I hope this is it. This is the end of injuries with Pulisic. For this season, I don't want another one. Done. So look after yourself, Christian. Be careful. Strengthen yourself up, condition yourself up, and let's get into the nitty-gritty. Right, so starting lineup. Let's get into it, because I know a few of you are probably thinking, oh, does that mean you've put Pulisic in the starting 11? We'll wait and see. Let's get into the starting 11 and what I think needs to be done. So, we'll start off in goal, and it's no surprises that we go with Edouard Mendy. I think we have to utilise Edouard Mendy as much as we can before the AFCON, because the AFCON kicks off in January and Edouard Mendy will be flying off, so we'll be using Kepa for that meantime. So up until then, we're using Mendy every game. Now the back three, I had a little thing about using Azpilicueta, but with the limitations we have in other positions, I can now see why Azpi isn't playing. And I figured it out. So for the back three, I'm going Chalobah, Christensen and Antonio Rudiger. Now, I had it in my head to play Azpilicueta, Christensen and Rudiger. The problem is because Hudson-Odoi is now being used at left wing forward, or left wing, however you want to put it, but he's being used up top. It means that Reece James has to play at right wing back because we don't have anyone else that can fill in that position except for Azpilicueta. But if Azpilicueta is going to be playing there, then we can't have Reece James on the pitch. Basically, the theory is you can't have all three of them playing at the same time because if one gets injured, you're in trouble. If Hudson-Odoi gets injured, for example, then we're having to hope that nothing happens to Reece James. Or Azpi. Because if something happens to Azpi, Reece James needs to probably come in and compensate, and there's no wing back. Or if something happens to Reece James and we've got Hudson-Odoi playing in that position, we now need to drag him out and play him there. And who's going to play up top whilst we only have Hudson-Odoi, Havertz and Ziyech that can possibly play up top? Thankfully, we've got PULISIC coming back now. But you've got to be careful. And I feel like we've got to be cautious. And right now, Chalobah is playing fantastic football. So for me, that back three makes complete and perfect sense. We move into the wing backs, and I think there's no reason to really change anything. I would go Ben Chilwell and I would go Reece James. That would be what I go to. And hence why I haven't chosen Azpi, because I feel like Reece James is more important. And Reece James is on absolute fire right now. He's on form. Actually, both our wing-backs are on form. Reece James scored 2 goals against Newcastle. Almost got a hat-trick. Was wonderful. Chilwell before that had been scoring. And Chilwell spoke to the press earlier today in the press conference after Thomas Tuchel had spoken, saying that Thomas Tuchel has this thing where he wants the wing-back to be attackers. And he wants the wing-backs to be goal scorers. And that's why Chilwell was a little bit disappointed in himself that he didn't score against Newcastle, but he was happy that Reece James did. It seems to be a thing that Thomas Tuchel's drilled it into their heads that, hey, you guys are wing-backs, yes, but you got to be scoring. He's literally converting them into goal scorers. It's fantastic. I'm all for it. I mean, at this rate, as he said, Thomas Tuchel joked earlier in the week saying that Lukaku and Werner might have to start playing centre-back. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But anyway, those are the wing backs that I think we need to go with. In terms of the double pivot, I would go with Jorginho and Kante to start off with. And I know against Newcastle, it didn't look like it was working great up until we took off Kante, brought on Loftus-Cheek, brought on Barkley, and it kind of just helped revitalise our attack a little bit. But that was against Newcastle. Newcastle, that had a little bit of threat. I don't think Malmo are going to pose much of a threat. So I do feel like Jorginho and Kante are going to be controlling the game. The problem against Newcastle is that we were dealing with a team that were happily just sitting back and not doing anything, right? I feel like against Malmo kind of have a thing of we've got nothing to lose here. So let's just try. Rather than Newcastle that were just trying to be so cautious. So this is where I feel like Kante, Jorginho together will have a bit of an easier time to control the game. The level's not as high, and I feel like they're going to have more of the ball. So it would be nice for them to just, dominate. Now, I do have this thing that later on, I want to see Loftus-Cheek come on. Or even a Saul. Let's try and bring Saul on maybe. And let him get some European exposure against a team like Malmo where he can probably find his feet a little bit more because his last appearance was actually quite good. So is there a case to bring on Saul and maybe take off a Jorginho or a Kante in the second half? That's one of the things that I have in mind. But for me to start off, I think this would be the safe option. The front three, we can't really change. Except for Pulisic. Now, I'm not going to start Pulisic. I know a lot of you are like, oh, Younes, what are you doing? Why are you not starting Pulisic? You want him back and you're not playing him. I don't want to risk him. He's just come back. So I'm thinking, start Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi on the left and Havertz up top. Those are the only other three we can go to. Ziyech has been poor. And I think everyone knows that he's been poor. I feel like there's a case to give him this opportunity, whilst in the meantime, after about the hour mark, we can start thinking about giving Pulisic about half an hour. Let him come in slowly, because I want to see Pulisic have some minutes. That way for Burnley on the weekend, we can really consider to start him. Right? I feel like it'll be nice to have Pulisic back into the starting 11. I don't want to throw him in against Malmo, where we kind of need points, and just all of a sudden he does something to himself and we can't play against Burnley. I'd love to see him play against Burnley. So I want to be a little bit cautious and a little bit safe. So start with Ziyech, where I think he should have an easier day. Even though against Newcastle he wasn't that bad, but there's still things that he needs to fix. And right now I feel like he needs to start switching on quick before it's too late. Pulisic's come back now. So Ziyech, this is probably your last opportunity to impress. If you don't, you're not going to give Thomas Tuchel a headache whatsoever. So I would play Ziyech for about 60 minutes. Hudson-Odoi, the same. Whoever plays the best out of those two stays on. Whoever doesn't comes off and we bring on Pulisic for half an hour. That would be what I would do. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree or disagree? Do you have another lineup or do you agree with what I've gone with? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. But that would be my starting 11. And in terms of a score prediction, I am going with, well, we beat them 4-0 the last time that they came to the bridge and we faced them. So away from home, I'm going to keep it a little less, but comfortable win. I'm going Malmo 0, Chelsea 3. 3-0 Chelsea win. Should be under wraps, and we'll see what happens in the other game. That way we can start calculating things in terms of qualifying to the knockout stage, whether it's going to be in first place or second place. But hopefully, even if Zenit do lose tomorrow against Juve, the truth is, if we beat Juve at the bridge, we will go above them. Bearing in mind the goals are enough, because they did beat us in that first game. So we've got to take that into consideration. But should be straightforward tomorrow. Malmo, let's hope we get a nice easy win. Let me know what you think in the comment section below regarding the lineups, regarding the scoreline. What would you do and what do you think is going to happen? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Don't forget to check out this video that I done earlier on, as I've already mentioned, about Antonio Conte going to Tottenham Hotspur. That's going to be announced very, very, very shortly. And all hell's going to break loose. So, yeah, looking forward to that one. But we will see what happens. And again, thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed. We are approaching the 100k mark. It's going to happen very, very soon. And it's all down to you. So thank you so much. I will see all of you tomorrow for the Reddit video in the day. And then the watch-along, Malmo versus Chelsea. And then the review immediately after that. So I will catch all of you tomorrow for a very busy day. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. See you tomorrow. Take care. And peace.